Are you in a situationship? Yeah. If yes or no or unsure, then you need to listen to this video. My name is Jacinta and welcome. This discussion is for you who is either dating, in a relationship, even married. This has been something that I have had to reflect about, I've been told about, I have asked around. Some people have even asked me about it, and it came as a shocker to me. And you really need to listen to this discussion because the facts and the differences are going to be mind-blowing. They're just going to blow your brains out. So what are we talking today about? We're talking about the relationship, the difference between a relationship and a situationship. Yes, which one are you in? You might actually be thinking that what you're in is a relationship, only to find out that you're actually in a situationship. Yes. So, right, I'm just going to get into it and tell you a bit of the big differences between the two. On to the very first point. And I need you to be here to just listen to the very last point. And I'm going to keep naming them 1, 2, 3, because there are 7. Yes, I don't know why 7 is my favorite number though. So let's get right into it. The 7th point, remember, keep in mind the 7th point is going to be a big one. So on to the very first point. The relationship is recognized under the law. Maybe you have a ring on it, maybe it's a Rurashi or a traditional wedding or just a civil wedding, but it is recognizable under the law, before man, before God. But a situationship most of the time does not have, is not actually recognized. Some of you may be asking, so does it mean that if I'm in a come stay sort of setup or relationship, that I'm actually in a situationship? Yes. Yes, 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 and yes. You are in a situationship and not in a relationship. So I'm open to the discussion. I'm open to hearing from you. I'm open to you commenting and telling me what you think, or even giving me a contrary opinion. Please feel free to DM me even and to comment down below. Are you in a relationship or a situationship simply because you're in a come we stay kind of marriage or relationship? As much as it is recognized, I will just give an example of, in my case, you were there with someone for years and they have a right to move on with their life and maybe get someone and go and maybe even legalize it or have a proper wedding. Are you the second wife? Do you have any claim over their property? Those are some of the questions that you need to ask yourself before you actually conclude that you're in a relationship or not in a relationship. Or even if you maybe want a green card and you had to go to the US Embassy, or maybe you're ticking boxes. Do you say you are in a relationship or you're single? Yes, that will tell you exactly where you stand. So I'm sure that I have answered a few questions, maybe for you who is thinking, I have no idea from the first point. So anyway, let's go to the second point. The situationship, most of the time, is not a full commitment, or an exclusive relationship. This is especially in terms of dating. When you're in a situationship, you're just dating around, getting to know someone, probably not the only one. Like this happens a lot, especially when you're trying to get to know people. And in a marriage, I will not give like it's 100% fact, but most of these come with these sort of relationships or situationships for that matter. Most of them are not really exclusive. They have dramas left, right, and center. As I say this, being someone who has been in one. If yours is different, please feel free to comment down below. If you agree with my point, let me know. Just let me know what you think. But most situationships don't have full exclusivity, don't have a full commitment. And I'm just going to tell you a bit about why. Let me give an example of my car. If I gave you my car and I stayed with the logbook. Is that car really yours? No, it's not. So that means that you can only drive it, but you cannot sell it. It still remains to be mine. But if I sell you the car and I sign the papers to say that they are under your name, that the car is actually under your name, then I am actually giving you, you're taking everything on full ownership. Similarly, in a relationship setup, when I'm getting to a commitment, when I'm signing a document saying that I'm legally married to you, I'm selling you the car and I'm giving you the logbook as well. So who can come and claim that you're actually the one? Even in the setup of like this relationship where you have seen marriages where somebody died and the other various women came out, who is recognized mostly? The one with the wedding, the one with the certificate, the marriage certificate. So before you get comfortable, just get to understand that. On to third point, which is actually close to what I said. You really have nothing much to show for it. You have nothing much to show for it. In terms of papers, this is now in situationships. You really have no papers to prove that you even were married to this person. Imagine you being there saying that you were married to so-and-so, but then they travel a lot, and by bad luck, they passed on. Then several women came up. You might even have had a traditional wedding, but do you know even why they're not recognized? They're not recognized because most of these old people, maybe who were there during your traditional wedding, either they passed on or they can be bribed to say that they don't know you. And we have seen this countless of times, like in situations where you hear the in-laws taking everything from the woman once the man passes on. They will come and lay claim, even though they were there and they even brought things to your home. They will still say that they do not know. Even you having their children, your partner's children, does not actually automatically mean that you belong to him or he belongs to you. So I'm hoping that this is a wake-up call video. Either you legalize things or you just know where you stand, because there's a huge, huge difference between a relationship and a situationship. On to the fourth point is that it's not as serious. The seriousness in terms of the situationship versus the relationship. The same way we'd say that even if today I was to break up with somebody that I have signed papers with, legally it's legally binding and all that, I will have to go through some papers. We will have to take times of separation, but I decide we don't have any papers today, I can still just pack up my bags and leave. And no one can stop me. And I can go on and get married even tomorrow. There are no papers that I need to sign. So it's in terms of how actually the intensity, the seriousness of the two relationships, they differ a lot. The time that you actually take to cut cords, maybe the emotional bit, but physically, there is really not much that you can claim any ownership or any authority over your partner if you have not signed any papers. So think about that. And I'm going to talk about something else that's I know it might be very controversial to you. And this is the fifth point, whereby situationship most of the time don't have boundaries. When you make a commitment, most of the time, when you're going to church, when you're making the vows, you say for better, for worse. You might actually even go through some classes. That might also happen maybe in situationships, some, but then most situationships do not have boundaries. They do not have values that uphold this relationship, whereby we can say, like, you'll find that most of the things that will go wrong actually go in situationships. This person will be cheating on you, they will be abusing you, they will be manipulating you, they'll be gaslighting you, they'll be turning people are against you. But when you have brought your family, your friends to witness you as a couple get married, it's normally a journey to get there. So you even get time for courtship to even evaluate what am I getting myself into. And so the boundaries are more, the values are more, like we are here, we're coming together cautiously. But during a situationship, most of the time, we have not actually agreed on what we're even really doing. Maybe it just happens where we decide there are two outcomes here. We can either push this and it becomes a real relationship. That's why you see many people having stayed together and later on end up now deciding, let's get married. Or they either break out. It's actually like a phase. The situationship is like a step, and which is behind now the relationship. It can either it can either develop to be a full-blown relationship, or it can actually go back to become an non-existent relationship. So I'm hoping that you're getting something, that you're scribbling something down and getting something, and whatever it is that you're getting, please just comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have been through such a scenario, you've had such a question in your mind, and I hope that I'm making things clear for you. Don't be shocked. Don't get yourself into that point where, like, sadly for some of us, you only get to know that you're in a situationship after your loved one has passed on. Based. Yes. You come together not for the right reasons, or maybe you're just coming together for all the wrong reasons, or maybe for something that you're actually hoping to get from the other person. What does that look like? Most women who have ended up in situationships have found themselves there simply because either one, they got pregnant, two, their homes were unbearable, so they end up looking for shelter elsewhere. And how do you even know that you're with someone because you did not have another choice? You simply have to ask yourself, if the situations were not like this, if I had another choice, would I go for it? And I normally keep telling women, just know that there is a choice. Nowadays is not the way we used to know. Information is out here. It's not the way it used to be back in the days where you thought that the only choice you had was to get married simply because you're pregnant. The only choice I have now is to get married because I'm escaping from the chaos of my home. No, you can take your time. You can be who you want to be. You can raise your kid alone. It doesn't mean that simply because you're pregnant, you automatically get married. If you're to ask most people, why are you even living together? Then they say it's because of the children. Is that a relationship or a situationship? It's up to you. Relationship, we come into it conscious-based. We know that this is what you want. Does it mean that you are running from anything? No. If it happens, you're taking responsibility, yes, because you both made a decision to be together no matter what. And this is why you find that people are fighting for the same goal. They want to be together and they want to make it work. But then in the situationship, because your purpose no longer serves me, maybe I found someone better, I can always say bye-bye. Or if I have, the kids are all grown up, then you find somebody taking the exit. Or even now asking yourself, so what next? Because I've been here because of the children. So please make conscious decisions over your life and get into the relationships knowing that there's a difference, and that whether you're getting in there with a reason or simply because you love someone, know the kind of relationship that you're getting yourself into. You're going to solve yourself. You're going to save yourself a lot of trouble. If this video helps you, if it's talking to you, please share it with somebody who needs to hear this information. And if you're a first-time subscriber, don't forget to hit the subscription button, notification. We post new videos every single Tuesday, and we have snippets and shorts videos for the videos themselves or maybe other things. And if you do wish to connect with me, you feel like you'd want to talk to me, you can find me through my DMs on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. Feel free to engage with me. Feel free to even comment down below. I would love to hear what you think. And thank you so much, even for the subscribers who keep coming in and coming in. Thank you so much. Be blessed and make healthy relationship decisions. Bye-bye.